transverse abdominis, or transversus abdominis. And these.
Internal. Oh, external.
How do you know it's external and not internal?
Direction of the fibers.
As the fibers run from top to bottom, they're moving towards the midline. Over here, as you follow the fibers from top to bottom, they're moving away from midline, so that's internal obliques. And if you look at a cross-section of the model here, you see those three layers. So first is external, and then internal oblique, and then
Transverse abdominis.
transverse abdominis. And then in the front, you have rectus abdominis. And this guy here,
Pectoralis major.
and here,
Pectoralis minor.
pec minor. Up here.
Lateral.
Quadratus lumborum.
Lumborum.
What's it going to flex when it shortens?
Your trunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What part of the spine or vertebral column in particular?
Lumbar region.
Lumbar. Mm-hmm. This plus this, which includes this, iliopsoas, which is iliacus plus psoas major. This one? So it's inner thigh, so what group is it part of?
Adductors.
Adductors. So there's a good chance it starts with adductor. 3 of them do out of the 5.
Adductor longus.
Adductor longus.
Adductor magnus.
And this one here.
Pec.
Mm-hmm. Pectineus.
Pectineus.
Pectineus. How about this here?
Vastum medialis.
Vastus medialis. Way in the inner thigh. Most medial. Gracilis. If we go around to the back, and then there's gracilis again, really medial there on either side. How about this one?
Adductor magnus.
Adductor magnus. There's much more to it, as that is the case for most muscles we look at. It's being hidden by gracilis and adductor longus. And we can't see brevis on here either, so we'd use an image for that. This plus this. Or on this side.
Bicep.
This, I shouldn't say plus. We'll keep them separate. They have something in common, you'll see. So this one first. Both names start the same way. The ending's different. Hamstrings. 2 of the hamstrings start out the same.
Membranous.
Semimembranosus. Semitendinosus. What action do they produce at the knee? Flexion. So when you describe movement at a joint, you always have the option of referencing the joint name or the part of the body that's moving. So you could either say knee flexion for the hamstrings, or when you flex the knee, what body part is coming up? Leg flexion. And here's the rest of hamstrings. This is one muscle. This is short head. That's long head.
Biceps femoralis.
Biceps femoris. This, which is the same as this. Vastus lateralis. Function. Right, so you can say knee extension or What body part is being extended when you do that?
Leg.
Leg. The problem with body part, especially with the limbs, people will confuse forearm and arm and leg and thigh. Right? So when you're doing hip flexion, you could also say flexion of the thigh. When you're doing knee flexion, you can also say flexion of the leg. But I would go with knee and hip rather than leg and thigh, because you're much more likely to mix up the body parts than the joints. So my advice is to always stick with joint name. This one? What does it do? The name tells you tenses fascia, which is the IT band. This one? I'm going to get lots of copies to send out, don't worry. Really, all we need is one person recording. We can put it on YouTube. Send me the link and I'll pass it around. All right, so this guy?
Rectus femoris.
Biceps or rectus?
Rectus.
Rectus.
Biceps
yeah.
is back, right?
Biceps is hamstring. Underneath this muscle?
Intermedial.
Vastus,
Vastus
intermedius.
Okay.
Correct. This guy,
Sartorius.
which is this guy? Sartorius. Functions. Abduct thigh or hip, yeah, you can go either way. Flex, knee and, well, you'd say knee or leg.
Taylor's muscle. We say abduct.
Flexes knee and hip. It does flex both. And then rotation.
Oh yeah, rotates. Was it medially?
No, externally. So with your knee bent, external looks like this.
Oh, that's right, because you can do the crisscross.
Right, that's exactly what.
Yeah.
Yep. This one.
Latissimus dorsi.
Function?
Extend and back.
Not the back, because that would imply
the
like trunk
spine.
or spine. Stick with joint. Extension at the shoulder. Or simply
Depression.
shoulder extension.
Can you do depression of shoulder too?
What you're elevating and depressing is really the scapula.
Okay.
But no, that's not really its job. It's extension, and if you start out here and bring your arms down, what movement is this?
Adduction.
Adduction. Right. So when you do pull downs or pull ups, you grab the bar, right? Pull